Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fin Factor. I'm Paul.
And I'm Aaron.
This is episode number 262. With us as always, off to my right now screen, super producer Jason.
Woo!
He usually hits the bell there, but that's okay. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. Of course, we're going to talk about tonight's win. A fantastic win against a very rough and tumble Boston Bruins team. The Sharks were definitely up to the task. Fantastic for them. Great game. Great bounce back. As our good friend Adam Kirkwood says in the chat down here, saying from the last game that we had, didn't look too hot, had the blunders fixed for this one here, and they showed up ready to go. Guys, I need you to help us out and have more people show up ready to go in the chat. Can you please reach out to your Sharks friends and family? Let them know that we are alive, we're here, we're ready to chat with you guys. Throw it in there in the chat, tap them on the shoulder, whatever you need to do. Get some more folks in here. It's a lot more fun. And then I guess that's it. So Aaron, what's up? We left.
CJ, great to see you as well. Just saying hi.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hi to the fans and the thing.
Very good.
Let's get to it, I guess. A kind of an up and down week, if you will.
A little bit.
Up and then down and then back up again.
Absolutely. It's the roller coaster that is being a Sharks fan. So we'll just go ahead and kick it right off here. In the Sharks against LA Kings game here, this is a game that, there's a certain thing that's been happening over and over again with the San Jose Sharks this season. And it wasn't really happening last season. I'm just really glad to say it. Guys, tacos. Tacos, my friend. Although some of the Taco Bells aren't really honoring it because they're scoring it too many times now.
Do you think they're going to change it to 4 goals next season?
They're going to have to.
Because it used to be 4 in the net, a pizza you get.
Yes.
Then it did 4 in the net, tacos you get. And then
they weren't scoring.
Dropped it to 3 goals and you get tacos. And now I feel like even last year there was a decent amount, even though they weren't winning as much. But this year for sure, that's going to have to change next season.
Well, at least in this game, they earned the tacos for the fans. There's 4-3 overtime win here. Again, I love saying this name. Oh my God, Dad gets on the board here. Here's the other thing here. Delandria and Kurashev. I like seeing goal scoring coming from more than just either Macklin Celebrini or a pass from Celebrini to Smith and he buries it, right? I like seeing goals from guys that aren't just the headliners, right?
Not a top-heavy team.
Yes.
More spread out. Yeah.
This is coming up and down the lineup. This is what's going to be a successful run for the Sharks for this season, is seeing everybody on this roster chipping in, doing what they can do to get on the score sheet. And even when they're not, it's a matter of them playing the game the right way, whether or not they're trying to get a trade to a team that can use them in the playoffs, or whether or not they're just trying to get a contract extension with the Sharks because they know that the Sharks are going to be a good team moving forward. Right? Yeah. It's good to see everybody starting to chip in a little bit more.
Yeah, I honestly think that third line that they have right now with Colin Graf, Gaudette, and who's the other one? Toffoli right now?
Well, I think Toffoli might have been bumped around there. Yeah, I thought Eklund was on that top line today with Macklin and Smith.
But I'm talking about the third line. The third line, I think, has a good scoring punch to it.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a good third line on a good team, too. Like, outside of the Sharks, like a team that's a contender. So I think the Sharks have some good scoring punch, 1, 2, and 3 lines. That fourth line just bringing energy like crazy, right? That's Gaudreau,
Yeah.
Delandry is the one that's on the
Maybe
third line.
Delandry's kind of been up and down a little bit. In this game, I'm not sure exactly where, but how can you forget Revo, of course, on that fourth line? Yeah. He brings so much. And I'm going to rant a little bit about him, I'm sure, later on. Again, I don't care what anyone says. I know in my heart of hearts that I said this last season that wouldn't it be great to get Revo, and I know a bunch of people are going to hate me. And you guys should know because I'm pretty sure when I said it, people told me, Paul, no, we're not doing that. So if you're one of those people, you remember that I said it because you disagreed with me.
I'm pretty sure I said no.
Lies. Well, maybe.
No, I'm saying I said no.
Okay, all right. Good deal. Okay, so in this game, though, of note, the Sharks were never actually behind. They never trailed in this game.
Yep.
Something that I think the Sharks have done a lot of in the past few seasons was definitely playing from behind, trying to play catch-up. They're not doing it in this game, at least, and it seems to be more of a theme even for the rest of the season so far.
Yeah, they've had the lead a lot more than they did last year, which is kind of a different situation for them coming into this season. It hasn't really been like that for a number of years now for the Sharks, so it's all pretty new. But, I mean, if you look at the roster, we've talked about this in the beginning of the season, there's a lot of new guys on this team. There's a lot of new blood. The last, going back 3 opening nights, I think it was 2 players that were on that roster, and that was Ferraro and who's the other one?
Yeah, right?
Oh my God, I can't even.
It's
Eklund.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
Eklund,
it.
Yeah.
Right, those 2 have been the mainstays for the last three 3 seasons. So changing the culture, making it a winning culture, it's starting to work. And the Sharks are looking really good. So it's exciting to see. And it's exciting to see they're stringing together wins. Like this week alone, was it three wins and a loss?
Yeah.
We haven't seen that in, again, a number of years, right?
It's been a hot minute. Yeah, I think the first maybe 1 or 2 seasons of this show. Yeah. And then beyond that, it was, I mean, you guys know, it's just been loss after loss after loss, no streaks, except for losing streaks. Mm-hmm. And then there was this season. So, again, very much excited for the rest of this season. Usually, what I'm saying is I'm very much excited for the future, for the next season, what happens at the draft. Even if it's like the first week of the season, I'm like, I can't wait for the draft already, right?
Yeah.
This season is different. This season, I can't wait to see the next game, right?
Yeah, it's exciting. At least the next game that Askarov's going to be playing.
Yeah. Ned's no slouch. Come on now.
But the Sharks are winning with Askarov right now.
That's true.
It'll go back and forth, you know. But back to this game, the Sharks never trailed. This game ended up going to a shootout, or then went to overtime, then ended up going to a shootout. I think, I always talk about how I hate the shootout. It's a skills competition. Yeah. The game itself is the same game played. And now it's just an extra point with a skills competition. The Sharks won it this time, and they won it because of Askarov. Askarov actually stoned all 3 shots. They actually made shots on goal. Sometimes you see him just miss the net. He actually made 3 saves. So Askarov going 3 for 3 is amazing. Yeah. And the lone goal, I think, was it Kirshev that scored? It's been a while. He scored the first shot.
Yeah.
Kurashev.
That's a U, not an I. Correct.
Right. Yeah. Already. All right. We're what, 8 minutes in here, and it's already getting it. Macklin getting the save, and Will Smith getting saved on that. But Askarov coming away with the win, if you will. But I have a graphic here. I'm going to start showing these now for each game that we do. You don't necessarily have to break down every stat on this thing. It's kind of a cool visual to kind of see, and you don't need to know all the advanced stats that go into it. But let's put it up here real quick. This is the graphic from the game showing each player. Now, you can see the line that's down the middle, right? There's a 0 at the bottom. Anything to the right means good things happen. Anything to the left means bad things happen. Look how many good things happen in this game. There's a lot. There's a lot of good things. If you really want to look at it, you can look at this. This is from Hockey Stat Cards. This gets posted on Blue Sky. It's a good follow. They actually just updated this chart.
Visualization.
The visualization. Yeah. This is the very first game where they updated it, and I think it looks a lot cleaner. It's easier to read. On the left, you see everybody's names, and they kind of have a score there. So, for example, this game, who won the player of the game by the Sharks locker room? Who did they give the game?
Oh, they gave it to Delhi, right?
Right. Yeah. And now you kind of you think of that game, and you go, why did he get it? It's not like he scored all the goals or anything, right? He had a heck of a game. If you look at that, he's at the very top of that list. 2.36. So his teammates know. His teammates know exactly what he did in that game, especially with the limited minutes that Delandry is getting. So he had a heck of a game, and it shows, and he won the, what are they calling it, player of the game?
I guess so, yeah.
And they have their own thing now. Did you see the picture?
Yes, I did.
So they have a Sharks necklace. I don't have a picture of this. Sorry, I didn't pull this. And Super Producer Jason's very happy not having you do the graphic. But it's a necklace with like a jaw of a shark. Yeah. And then I think some shark teeth around it. Yeah. And the rule is you have to wear it in your post-game interviews topless. Yeah. Like you're wearing it shirtless. So far it's only been 2. Or up until this point. Celebrini was the first one, and then Delandry in this game. I think Reeves is the one that got this award, got it put together, and he said, what was this? No tarps.
Yeah, tarps off, boys.
Yeah, tarps off, boys. Yeah. You can't wear anything on top. So we're gonna start showing these for every game. I think it's cool.
Showing the graphics, not the tarps off.
Right. Yes. Sorry for the kids out there. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that was that game. That's kind of cool. And then you'll see in the next game how that graphic is going to look, how different it will be depending on if the Sharks are winning or losing, and if they had a good game or a bad game. Now, going back to that graphic, we don't have to look it up, but look at that graphic. That graphic does not change if that's a shootout loss. Nothing on that graphic changes. Yeah. Because it's the same gameplay. That's why I don't like shootouts, right? Mm-hmm. That graphic stays the same. They played a heck of a game. They were never behind in that game. They were lucky to get both points out of that game. Yeah. The LA Kings would have stolen a point had they gotten the shootout win, in my opinion. Because if you look at theirs, it was not nearly as good. Now I'm not going to post the Kings wins, but that was just the Sharks page. But yeah, that was that game. That was a good 2 points in the standings. Here we go. That was after, what was that, a rough loss against, who'd they play before? I can't even remember. It was our last show. It was that night. Minnesota. No, not Minnesota. Remember our last live?
It's okay.
Whatever. Anyway.
Who cares?
Let's go on.
It's okay.
Next game.
We're going forward now. Yeah. So Ottawa is the next game here. Now,
Yeah.
the fun thing about Ottawa was the return of Fabian Zetterlund.
Yes.
Right? And then when asked in the media, hey, what do you miss about the Sharks? The only thing he said was Eklund.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously they had a really good friendship. Nice for them to be able to go out and play against each other again and everything. So, I don't know if there's maybe some way in the future of them kind of reuniting. You would think that if that's going to happen, it better be with the Sharks, because otherwise that would mean Eklund's up and gone. But I mean, it was just kind of one of those things that they really had a good bond, you know, getting to know each other on the Sharks roster there, and then obviously it was kind of painful. We remember seeing the reports on that one where Eklund was like, you know, he needed a hug on the bench kind of thing. You know, I think that was the phrase that they used is, you know, we're going to, you know, pick him back up, we'll give him his hug or whatever, but then we need to move on, right? So, again, that was kind of the story in this one here was Fabian Zetterlund kind of coming back to Sharks tank and playing against his old team. So, pretty interesting there. But the Sharks do lose this one by a score of 3-2. Unfortunately, there is no extra point here picked up, no overtime, nothing like that. It was in regulation. And in this game, we've got Will Smith scoring a goal that gets called back.
It was a nice goal.
Yeah.
It was a great setup there. Just a little bit of laziness on Will Smith's part and not paying attention to details.
Yeah.
Right? Enters a zone. I think he kind of lifted his skate up just a little too early. And I think if he towed the line just a fraction of a second more, that's onside. But Celebrini had the puck completely on the other side, right? The other side of the blue line, and they skated in together. But it came back because Smith was offside, but it was only a minute and a half into the game. So that would have really set the tone. And it got called back because correctly it was offside. And the Ottawa bench or the coaching staff picked up on it right away, and they were able to challenge it, and it got called back. But that's unfortunate, but that's just one of those things, man. You just it's a game of inches, right? Mm-hmm. That's an inch of your skate blade far away from being a goal in the NHL. Yeah. So that sucks. But then Klingberg on the power play, right?
Who's been getting a lot of attention,
right?
Especially by Sharks fans and by the media and whatnot.
In our chat room right now.
Yeah. Somebody said, I think, the elephant in the room, number 3 and number 4 out, we win. Of course, that's being Klingberg and Leddy. When they're not in the lineup, the Sharks are picking up W's, right?
Also, Justin Palumbo went to the game versus Ottawa and bought 2 mystery ornaments, and guess who they're signed by?
Oh.
Klingberg
and Leddy. Awesome.
That's
good stuff, buddy.
Luck, man. That's fantastic.
In any case, so Klingberg does put one in here. He's the snipe from the top corner, which is awesome.
It was a beaut.
Yeah.
It was a good shot. And the Sharks' power play has not been good as of late. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit later. But Klingberg especially, pretty much he's brought into this team to do exactly this.
Right.
Not so much score goals, but man the power play, get the power play going. That was his. This is an interesting stat here. His 3rd power play goal of the season, right? Last year, the most power play goals by defensemen was 2. 2. They had 2 power play goals from defensemen all year, the entire season, and they both came from Liljegren. Nobody else scored a power. Well, maybe not one. Nobody had more than 1 power play goal from the defense.
Although I will say that the Sharks do run oftentimes either a 4 forward and 1 D, or they just run 5 forwards. So not getting scoring from a defenseman, that might be why. There's not really many defensemen that they're employing on that,
2
right?
power play goals in 82 games?
Oh, yeah. No,
from
it's
the
ridiculous.
defenseman? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I feel like I would score from the points.
You would not.
From the power play at least once in those games.
You wouldn't
just
even hit
throwing
the
it blindly. Throwing it blindly in the net. Someone's got to get one, right? Like,
Jeez,
that's
man.
just... that's embarrassing.
It's pretty bad.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
So, as bad as the power play is, right currently, it is better than last year. Which is weird. That's how bad. That's how low the bar was.
But you said all of last season it was only 2 by a defenseman.
Correct.
This is 3 by Klingberg. Now,
by
maybe
one defenseman.
By one defenseman, but it's by Klingberg. So, I mean, he's getting a lot of hate, and I understand it. But at the same time, I mean, he's got 3 power play goals. If he was brought in to do nothing else but just run the power play, right? If that's what his thing was, 3 power play goals ain't bad. You know what I mean? Now, again, he's not the guy that's going to be shooting and scoring. He's just quarterbacking it. So other guys are going to get their goals. He might get some more assists, but the other guys are going to get their goals.
Warsawski's been telling him to shoot more.
Yes,
too.
he has.
Yeah, and that's been a thing about him. Warsawski kind of, in a way, defending Klingberg, at least on the power play, not so much defensively, but he's got 3 goals, and I think his career high is 5. So he's already more than halfway there. That's when Klingberg was, legit top scoring defenseman in the league. I don't think he'll ever be like that again, but and we'll get into that a little bit later.
So Goodrow also puts one up right after the PK ends.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, he did. Shut up. Wenberg shoots this one. It goes off. It goes off of Goodrow, so it counts.
I think it was like his skate, right? Like he's falling and it clips his skate and goes in. Like it was going in either way.
What's your favorite phrase? What's your favorite
they
phrase?
They don't ask how, just how many.
Barclay Goodrow, goal scorer. Come on, man. Let him have it, please. Okay. He's only got so many for the rest of his career.
Right.
Let him have this one.
Right.
Okay. Anyway. Obviously this is a bit of a joke here because Wenberg does just rip this one. And I honestly think that if it didn't hit Goodrow, it still would have gone in.
It was going in.
It was going in regardless. Yeah. Kind of stole that one. That's okay, though.
That's like they had to slow that down to look to see if it actually touched the skate blade or not, and it did. So they gave it to Goodrow later.
All right. You love the pressure here, though.
Yes. Yeah. I think it was the penalty kill was just ending, and they were pressing. And in that instance, Ferraro jumps in. So it became like a 3-on-2. And they passed the puck to Ferraro, who shot it and created the original chaos that was in front of the net. Puck kind of bounced around. Wenberg gets a chance in the slot, and I think he backhanded it, and that's where it bounced off of Goodrow, who was tangling up with one of the defensemen, and it went in. But, it was good for them to be pressing and not kind of sitting back on their heels, I think. So I thought it was good for them. I've noticed that a difference. I feel like they've gotten the okay, shorthanded at least, to go for it, right? And I think it really changes the momentum of a game when you score a shorthanded goal.
Oh, big time.
Like it is like such a defeating thing for the other team. And I think the Sharks haven't done enough of that in the last couple seasons. Yeah. I think they have the scoring punch on the defensive side of forwards now that have some skill and even some speed to get those opportunities. And I think it really is, to me, it's an aggressive approach, and I like it because I think it really changes, again, the momentum of the game and gets the score higher than it would be normally.
Well, and when you're a team that is you're on the power play, possession is key, right? You can work that puck around your zone as much as you want. The other team, being down a man, is going to have a really rough time getting that puck and dumping it down and just basically keeping it safe, right? So when you're the opposing team, when you're on the PK and you're able to take that puck from one end to the other, that's not just like, oh, it's a scoring threat. It's screwing with the amount of time that they get that man advantage. And so they're not able to get that strike on your net because you're in the other zone, right? So, hey, guys, go for it. It's not just about, oh, we need to sit back and be good defensively, right? Fortify our house. It's if you can take the puck and bring it down over there and cause them to waste their time, that's better for us, right? Because even then, when they get the puck back, they got to take it 200 feet to come back the other direction. As opposed to, oh, we're just good defensively, we'll hunker down, but we're allowing them the time and the space to pepper us with shots, right? It's a lot less dangerous when the puck isn't even in your zone, right? Even if it means sending a guy out there to forecheck heavier or to carry the puck in a little bit deeper or whatever else. So I like that they're giving the okay.
And don't forget, this is the second period, so they have the long change. So it actually helps when you pressure in the second period because if you get that puck deep, you're going to be able to get a change. Even if you don't score a goal, you're going to get a better opportunity to change out your guys.
Now, you were talking about the second period here, but let's go back to the first period real quick. Mario Ferraro takes a really big hit. I don't know the first name, but last name is Hodgson.
Yep, Hayden Hodgson.
Hayden Hodgson. Nobody cares Hodgson. Okay, this guy kind of runs him, right? And it was, his head got slammed into the wall and everything else. And I can't help but note that, in seasons past, recent seasons past, there really wasn't a guy on that team that I would look to and go, oh, he's going to step up and say, hey, you touch my guy again, I'm going to rough you up, right? Now we have that guy, Ryan Reeves. And he is the deterrent out there. He's the guy that's going to he's the policeman. He's going to keep everybody in line. Frankly, that's what he does. That's his role. He even said it himself. They didn't get me here to go score goals, right? Although he picked up 2. So, hey, good on you, buddy.
Almost 3.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I love that he's here. I'm going to say some more nice things about him a little bit later on, but I love that he's here. I love what he's doing for the team, and he's bringing a little bit of confidence. I don't want to go too deep into that right now because I'm going to say stuff later, but I love what he's doing with this roster. Now, in this game, he ends up dropping the mitts with him.
About a period later, right?
Tuned him up.
Yeah.
Tuned him up good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was talked to him.
Yeah.
Right? During, after they were done.
Yeah.
Fisticuffs. But I'm laughing because when you said the police are here, it reminds me of John Scott when he walked up, or he skated up and he's like, the sheriff's here, boys, or something, right? Did he say that? Like they were kind of in the scrum. And
it sounds like
sheriff's here, and they just kind of like separate,
never mind,
move their ways. That's what Ryan Reeves is like.
Will Smith was quoted on this one. I'm just going to go ahead and read it off. It says, I can't say enough good things about him. He's been awesome for this team, and he brings great energy. We all love him. And I'm going to reference that later on, too. But that's coming from a guy, a 20-year-old guy who, you guys know, my biggest gripe with Will Smith is like the compete stuff, but he's not hard. He's a little too soft for me. So when he gets knocked around, I'm sure he's very appreciative of having Ryan Reeves there to help kind of police things, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that goes a long way because when they know that, if I knock this kid in the wall, I'm going to have to deal with that guy. I won't go, full gusto. I'll give him the business, but I'm not going to try to annihilate him because then I got to deal with that guy, right? Yeah. And I think the younger guys, and more specifically for me, the guys that aren't highly aggressive, right, when they play the game, really appreciate Ryan Reeves being there and on that bench.
Yeah, no, I think he's really. We're not in the locker room, so we don't know. But I do feel like this locker room is very different than it has been in the seasons past. I know everyone says they need their captain and Couture's not there, blah blah blah. In the last couple of seasons, I don't necessarily think that was the thing. It's more of the big personalities that were in the Sharks organization. We got Burnsy, right? Joe Thornton. Marlowe, not so much. I don't think he's that big of a talker.
Yeah, no, I don't think
so. Pavelski was a big one. You start slowly those voices coming out of the room, right? It's really changing, and it wasn't as loud or as boisterous. There's also a lot of young guys who are probably going to be a little bit more timid than they would be if they were a seasoned veteran. So bringing Reeves in there has really changed things around. Yeah. I think lightened the mood a little bit in a good way. Feeling safer on the ice. Not safer like you're not going to get hit, but that somebody has your back, like you just talked about, right? You kind of have a little bit more confidence and swagger in your, I'd say walking, but in your skating, I guess. Like you're just
in your stride,
less, almost fearless in a way to try things, right? Like even like a very skilled play that maybe someone would get upset about or something, or making someone look foolish, and they're going to want to try and throw a hit on you. Then you got Reeves in your corner. So it's a good thing that he's on this team, both on the ice and off the ice.
Oh, no, I agree with you. Now, you had a note here about a bad change and young team, maybe this being a mistake that a younger team would make. Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily think that it has to do with them being young or anything. I mean, they've done plenty of hockey in their day, right? It's the NHL. I get that it's faster and you have to make things, everything has to be faster, even your line changes. Yeah. But this was just, I mean, sometimes it happens. Now, has it happened oftentimes?
Right. The reason I was saying is Warsofsky called it immature. Yeah. It was a very immature thing that mature teams don't do. Yeah. So that was kind of the reference that I had in there. But terrible change in the second period. And Zetterlund gets the puck coming back, and he just wires this puck. I'm sure that felt great for him to come back into San Jose and to score against his old team, because he has not been playing much or scoring much lately. So that's going to give him a little confidence boost. And it's great to see. I mean, it sucks as a Sharks fan because it's against the Sharks, but it's great to see because Zetterlund's such a good dude that I like to see him succeed at least.
Attack of the Killer Tomato, if you remember. The red-faced guy.
Yeah.
So not just one bad change, but a second one.
Yeah, and then another one came, right? Yeah. And this is a weird play. This is actually in the third period, and this was the game winner. The puck, what was it? It was I think it was a breakaway, kind of a break. And Nedeljkovic made the save, and the puck is sitting there almost on the goal line, like a couple inches in front of the goal line, but you just have to touch it and tap it, right? And Klingberg, of all people, comes
Right.
back to try and clear it, and he's right there. All he has to do is sweep it out, just real quick, put it anywhere except in front of the goal, right? He goes to hit it, and it just tops like Nedeljkovic's pad, and he misses it, swings and misses, and then I think Stützle came in and just buried it. I mean, you didn't have to bury it; you just poke-checked it, and it's going in the goal. So just another mistake that Klingberg makes that cost them the game. Kind of, I don't want to say it cost them the game because I think there was about 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
But the Sharks were severely outplayed by Ottawa in that second and third period. The first period was up for grabs, but the second and third, Ottawa showed exactly where they are in their growth as a team and in the standings as a team. And they are, I'd say, a couple seasons ahead of where the Sharks are currently. So this is the kind of thing that the Sharks need to just clean up out of their game. Nedeljkovic makes a good save, and he gets hung out to dry, and it sucks because they could have easily cleared the puck, and Klingberg just missed it. So he knew he was upset about it.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what he's doing wrong and what he needs to do better. He's just not doing it.
Well, the thing that sucks about it is it's even hard to fault him, though, because like he was trying to do the right thing, which was get his stick on the puck and knock it the heck out of there, right? It's just that the pad was in the way, and I can't fault the effort that was there. It's not like there was a low effort play, and it's like, man, get Klingberg off the ice. It was the effort was there. It's just his stick got hung up on the pad, and he physically could not get to the puck first.
I don't think that effort was that great.
No?
No, to me it was like stick checking somebody trying to blow by you. Like it was not a strong puck play. He could have positioned his body better, gotten in there, even gotten his skate in there and just cleared it. Like a stronger clear, instead of just kind of going like this and missing it. Like if you go back and watch it, he could have easily have positioned himself in a much better spot and gotten that puck out of there. I don't know. To me, it was a guy trying to just take the puck and turn and make a play rather than making the smart play of clearing the puck out into the corner. Just dump it in the corner, in your own corner, right? Like just get it out of the danger area when your goalie's dead to rights outside of the net.
Yeah.
And it's an easy poke check into the goal.
Well, let's see if the chart says the same thing that you're thinking here. Then.
Yes.
All right. Here's the game chart here.
Here's the next game chart of the players from the game. Now, remember, almost everyone was to the right in the last game. This is showing you who was terrible in this game. So Gaudreau, Ostapchuk, and Reeves not having a good night. Kirashev also not having a great night. Will Smith he had an okay night because it's kind of on both sides there. Wennberg had a great night. Klingberg had an atrocious night, and he has more minutes than that fourth line. So that's a little bit part of it. I mean, he had some good offense there too, but just not enough. He had the goal in this game, and it still shows you how terrible of a game he had. So again, this isn't you don't really need to spend too much time looking at this chart. This is kind of just an easy visualization of how good of a bad of a game somebody had. That leads to the game tonight, right?
Yeah.
He was a scratch in this game. So I'm not saying the Sharks are using that chart, but because that's 2 games in a row, Dellandrea the game, right? They had the best player of the game.
Yeah.
And now Klingberg gets scratched because he was one of the worst players in the game. It's more, and again, it's not that chart. It's just that's explaining kind of all the different advanced stats. And if you look at those charts at the bottom, it kind of explains what each color coding and all that stuff means if you really want to get into it. Klingberg gets scratched for this game, and I don't think Sharks fans, maybe not a lot of Sharks fans were not upset about it.
Probably didn't shed a tear.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, looking at this roster build, right, there's a lot of competition here. Mm-hmm. Even if you're a veteran that was a Norris Trophy candidate in Klingberg, and you're not doing your thing, you're getting scratched. And this is not the first time either. He got scratched last week. We did a show about him getting scratched a week ago. So it happens again, healthy scratch for Klingberg, and Dickinson gets into this game today. Yeah. And I thought he did okay.
Yeah. No, for sure. And again, we talked about the theme with the Sharks this season. Once again, tacos for tonight, guys. So the Sharks do win this game by a score of 3-1 against the big and bruising Boston Bruins. My goodness. I mean, to a T, everybody on that roster is out there to crash and bang. They play the game the way that I like seeing them play the game, which is to be physical, to be aggressive, not to kind of stand back and just try to play with just skill. Like, go out and pound some bodies, right? Mm-hmm. And boy, were the bodies flying today. There was a hip check which you don't really see much anymore in the NHL. And I love seeing this hit, you know?
Yes.
Maybe it's too dangerous. I don't know. But if you guys remember, when we grabbed Orlov, the very first thing I talked about was every time I think about Orlov, I think about that hip check he put on Matt Duchene, and Duchene went literally end over end. His skates were to the ceiling, his head was to the floor, and he did a full-blown flip. In this game, we got to see that again.
Yes.
Orlov, was it Kuraly, I think?
Yeah.
He hip checks Kuraly, and Kuraly goes skates to roof, head to ice, and man, what a hit it was. I mean, the whole crowd was just like, oh, you know. I'm sitting there, I think I was at the Outback tonight with my family, and we were eating dinner, and I had the thing out and watching some of the game there. And, I mean, we're just sitting there and just chilling or whatever, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, like this. And the kid's like, what?
Fun fact,
Yeah.
Kuraly was never played for, but was drafted by the Sharks.
Yes.
Did you know that?
I did know
Oh, you
that,
did know
yeah.
that.
The name sounded very familiar,
Yes.
yeah. But, anyway, I mean, welcome to SAP Center Kuraly. So, yeah, I know Orlov gets a nice, beautiful, old-school hip check in there, and, man, that one lit my eyes up, huh?
That was great.
Fantastic.
Love it. I do miss those, too. I think they're very underrated and underutilized. I think it could really take out a player. Granted, you know how to use them and not miss, because if you miss, you are way out of position, and that's probably why we see less and less of it.
Absolutely. Marco Sturm.
Yes.
It's on the bench for the Boston Bruins head coaching. He was with the LA Kings for a while, wasn't he?
He was the head coach of the AHL team for a number of years.
Ontario
and then he was an assistant for the Kings, and then I think they might have moved him as a head coach down to there to cut his teeth as a head coach. Then he tried. He actually applied for the Sharks job when Warsawski got hired.
That's right.
And he didn't get it. And I think he was still with the Kings. I can't remember. And then he got hired by the Boston Bruins. So head coach of the Boston Bruins, former Boston Bruin. He was in part of that Joe Thornton trade. So going back to kind of not hometown, but a place where he was loved and played. I thought he had a decent end of his career in Boston. So happy to see him back in town. Kind of cool to see him behind the bench and back in, not in Teal, but in San Jose.
Yeah.
So that was fun. That's fun to see.
Mook Madulin picks up. It's his first, yeah?
I believe so.
So he gets on the board. Good for him. And, the one thing other than the goal here for Mook Madulin, it was a little bit scary. And Aaron talked about this, I think, last week. A little bit of he calls it Band-Aid boy. But I just, he gets injured, like, often. And I happen to see a shot that hit the stick, ramps up, hits him in the visor. Thankfully, it doesn't do any damage. He went off immediately because they blew the play dead. Refs doing a good job. Player safety first and foremost. They just blew the play dead in case that puck did smack him in the eye or something like that. But because of the blown whistle, he does have to go to the bench. So they put him on the bench regardless, right? So he got tended to. There really wasn't anything wrong. He was fine. He got out. But for a second there, I was just like holding my breath because I'm like,
here we go again.
Not again. Not again. You don't want that reputation as the guy who just gets hurt all the time, right?
No.
So good for him getting on the board here, though. Happy to see him putting points up, So, just good stuff from Mook Madulin tonight.
Yeah, his shot was wicked, man. And this is kind of one thing that I think coming into San Jose on that trade from Timo Meier, that was kind of what we've been waiting for, right? The two-way defenseman that has a good shot, maybe even be able to man that second power play unit eventually down the line. So he was looking good in that shot. It wasn't on the power play, but that shot was pretty good. He's a big dude. I always forget how big he is when you see him on the ice compared to the other players. You're like, oh wow, he really stands out. But I like his play, and I think his game has really evolved. And he's really come along. I think he's going to be a great top four defenseman. I don't think he'll be a top defenseman, but top four for sure, and probably the number one shutdown defenseman, at least in the organization right now, currently.
Member Robot Bay just said it reminded him of the time Vlasic took a bullseye right on the visor and he could see the visor flexing. Yeah, I don't think we got that good of a shot, although I was looking on my phone, so I don't know how what do you call it, HD everything was when they zoomed in on it or whatever else, right? So, again, it was a bit of a scare, but he's fine. Good for me. Good for the Sharks. Happy to see him back on the ice and finishing off the game. No problems there. Will Smith, again, I didn't get to see too many replays of this, but from what I could tell, Macklin Celebrini grabs his puck. grabs his puck.
Really?
Grabs his puck, high slot, pumps it in. Just another great shot by the youngster, and the Sharks are looking pretty good at this point in the game.
Yes, that was a good shot by Celebrini yet again. So that actually gave him, was that his second point of the night? Or he got a point on the empty netter?
Yes.
Maybe. He got 2 points tonight, goal and assist, and is now in sole possession of second place in the scoring race in the NHL. He passes Connor McDavid. So he's only behind, I know it's weird to say, right? He is now only behind McKinnon, thank you. Nathan McKinnon in the scoring race.
I think someone said you have to have a Connor or a Mick or a Mac in your name. I think it was Randy had said that in one of the broadcasts.
Yeah.
So it has to be Connor or Mick Mac something, and you'll be one of the top players.
Mac?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
This is McDavid and McKinnon and whatever. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So, yes, Colin Graff picks up the empty netter here.
Yes.
Again, just that's where Celebrini got the assist from.
Friend of the
Chips
show.
it up to him.
Colin
Yeah,
Graff.
friend of the show, Colin Graff. Absolutely. We're going to say that. I don't care.
All the time.
Good to see Colin Graff out there. That's the
Love
takeaway.
it. Yes.
He's out there when there's the empty net and they're
exactly
getting
who
pressured.
I'd want.
100%.
Him, Eklund, and Wenberg.
Didn't we
Or
say
Celebrini.
that? I think we said that last show too, or
Yeah.
maybe the show before. Was like these are the guys you want on the ice. You want Colin Graff out there.
He's so smart.
Yes.
And he's so defensively responsible. And I think his what do you call it? Stick checks and he really steals pucks off of guys and ties them up. He's just so smart positionally. He's always right where you need to be to get the puck off of the stick of the other guy.
Yeah.
Even when he's chasing from behind, he somehow comes up with the puck all the time. So he's very good defensively and someone exactly who I would want on that ice in an empty net situation because you know he's going to shut them down. So very comfortable. I'm very glad that Warsawski finally sees the way of the Fin Factor.
I'm sure he's watching the show and
Always.
studying carefully.
He's watching those charts that we're putting up now too. He's like, oh yeah, these are good.
They had a so-so game, not very good game the night before, and then they kind of bounced back. Now they're on good authority that they got a really good talking to before this game here. But Aaron, you wanted to go ahead and show the charts for this one before I launch into my
Sure.
Go ahead.
Yeah, here's the that same chart that we got for this game now, and you can see where the players kind of plot here. Now we have some guys on the left, a lot like William Macklin has both sides here. Yeah. Same with Dmitry Orlov, not a good game and a decent game. Gaudreau, Will Smith, not on the good end right there, and a Stopchuk again. We might see a Stopchuk get sent back down with a couple of these games, so it's going to depend on the health of the other guys. But obviously Macklin up there. It's good to see Toffoli back towards the top. I think he's got something going on. He's got some kind of injury, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's a shoulder injury because his shot is just off. And I've seen some comments of people saying he's lost a step. But it's not so much that it's because he's getting older. It's because he's fighting through something. And Warsawski had said as much, I think, even 2 weeks ago, because he got demoted off the top power play and off the top line. Yeah. It was not due to his play. It was because of he didn't say injury. I think the way he said it is he's playing through something. So, that's probably... He's one of the few people that plays 82 games a year. So I think this is why, right? He's just sticking it through and playing it through. And they're still better... They're a better team with him in the lineup than without him. He's just going to be shuffled down a little bit compared to where he normally is.
Well, I think they're just a better team, period. From you take a look at last season and where they are now. I mean, obviously, they're picking up tons of wins. I think Askarov picked up his 8th win of the season, which is bonkers. I think the stat that we looked at from last season was atrocious, essentially, even when we have a lead going into the third, right? Not this season, I think they said we were... Well, at the time, 9-0-2 after having a lead or tied going into the third. That's very good. For a Sharks team, that's extremely... For any team, that's extremely good. But for the Sharks in particular, that was not happening last season.
No.
We were just collapsing in the third and losing games that we should have been winning. And now they're winning those games that they should be winning, right? And I think a lot of that has to do with several different factors. I think... and I said it before already, and you guys may disagree, but I honestly and truly do believe Ryan Reeves has a very big role on this team that's causing them to have that swagger, that confidence, right? He's out there, and we already heard Will Smith talk about how, hey, we love him. We can't get enough of this guy. They love him in that locker room. When Ferraro gets drilled, he's out there ready to drop the mitts with somebody, right? Tonight's game, when guys are getting pounded by the Boston Bruins, he's out there saying, touch my guy again, you're going to have to deal with me, right? He's the sheriff. He's the guy that gives them that confidence to play, as you said, with a little bit of extra oomph, with a little bit of extra swagger, pulling off some moves that maybe, if I embarrass the guy and he gets mad at me, well, he's still got to deal with Revo, right? And you take a look at, what was it, Ty Dellandrea in today's game.
Oh my God.
This was fantastic. Yeah. Ty Dellandrea, not exactly known for being like flashy with stick handling and whatnot, right? But I love this move. He's right-handed. He's coming up the left-hand side. He cuts just towards the inside, and as he's cutting towards the inside, the puck goes almost like sideways and behind him just a little bit, and it makes that defender have to come over just a little bit. And as soon as that defender slides, he's got the puck back here, and he pulls it between his legs this way to come over here, and now he's around the defender, right? You see this happen with really high skill level guys. Not that Ty Dellandrea isn't a high skill level guy, but in the NHL, that's really not what he's known for.
His role.
Exactly. Yeah. But he's playing with some level of confidence and swagger that this team has now. I don't want to say that like they've rejuvenated this thing. I don't think they ever really had it. So they just have it now. They have this kind of confidence and this kind of swagger about them where they feel like they can go ahead and pull things like this off. And Ty Dellandrea, again, pulls this move off as if it's, I've been doing this the entire time. This is just how I play the game. It was so smooth how we did it, So, I mean, good on him for doing that. And then the other one was, let me see if I can find, Will Smith. You guys know how I feel about Will Smith and the softness I feel that there is in his game, the lack of the compete, the unwillingness to go body to body with somebody. Yep. If someone's about to come and get me, I need to turn away, or I need to throw the puck away, or I need to do whatever it is. Will Smith is one of the most dangerous guys on the ice on a power play.
Yes.
When he's on the power play, he's got time and space. Yeah. If you give him that time and space, he's going to make you pay for it. I don't understand how Will Smith gets himself wide open in the slot on 5-on-5 play and no one's paying attention to him. I don't get it. You have to turn your head and see him there, because if you don't, he's going to make you pay for it. However, if you go body to body with him, that's the end of it. That's
how you have to defend him.
Except in one play I saw tonight. And he didn't score. So I don't want to hear, it's when he scores, you say something. No, it's not about that. It's not about the points. I've said that 1,000 times. It ain't about the points. By the way, he's got 20 points in 21 games, something like that now. The kid's putting up points. I don't care. It's not about the points for me. I want the development. I want to see how he plays the game to improve. And in this game, finally, I saw Will Smith. I don't know how he got the puck. I just saw him with the puck coming up the middle with a defender on him. I cannot remember the defender's name. It was short. But he skates in, lowers his shoulder, pushes into the defender, and actually gets the defender to move out of his way. I don't ever see that from Will Smith. Never. Will Smith yesterday would have seen that contact coming, turned out towards the wall, and then ripped a blind pass into the slot where probably Macklin was standing, and then Macklin would have scored, and everyone would have said, what an amazing pass by Will Smith. And I would have said, no, that's not what we want from Will Smith. That's a blind, lucky, throw the puck pass. We don't want that from him. We want him to do the hard thing, right? And in tonight's game, again, did not result in a goal. But he did the right thing. He went in, drove, and it worked. That's the thing. I don't even care if it doesn't work. It's the mentality and the compete level. Just that he tried it. I could care less if it works. If he gets knocked on his butt, but he tried it, I'm happy. But in this case, he actually pushed the defender out of the way. So hopefully, this gives him a little bit of confidence to be able to go body to body with somebody, because he just shoved an NHL defenseman out of the way.
Build on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say kudos to Warsawski, too, here. Because they did not play very well the day before against Ottawa. And for him to have lost the room, which a lot of people say they want to fire him, he turned this team around within a day, and they played a hell of a lot better than they did against Ottawa. So this team came against a Bruins team that is currently, where were they, at the top of, I think they were at the top of the standings in their division. They are, yeah. They are at the top of, or I'm sorry, they're on the top of the wild card, but it's all pretty close. They are one of the top teams and one of the teams that kind of a surprise, because I think a lot of people were expecting them to not be as good this season.
Yeah.
So, but they've been playing very, very well, and Pasternak is obviously leading that team. But good for Warsofsky to get this team to turn around within a day and play differently. And Will Smith, a big difference, right, from even one game to another, and not just him, but other guys.
Now, again, I'm not saying that happened all game long,
Right.
but there was a very small sample size of what he could do, what he could be.
He's improving, right?
Right.
Trajectory is not always straight. So he's going to have some good games, he's going to have some bad games, but he's adding another tool to his toolkit.
My entire gripe is that I don't see him even trying, right, for those types of things. I don't even see him trying. Again, if he tried and he went body to body with that defender and got obliterated and lost the puck, I'm fine with that. But the effort has to be there. The compete has to be there. You can't go through your entire career trying to stay away from people hitting you. That's not going to work, right? And I get the whole, oh, he's only 20 years old, give him time, etc., etc. I don't care. It's not about that. He's only 20 years old. Fine, he doesn't have to score. Fine, he can get knocked on his butt. But the effort's got to be there, right? And again, in that, at least that one play, I finally saw it tonight. So I'm hoping that Will Smith is turning a page here, because if he can start getting himself into a position where he's not afraid of that body contact and he's ready to go body to body, and maybe he gets a little bit more muscle on him or whatever. He already shoved an NHL defenseman out of the way. It's not about muscle. It's not about muscle. It's about the will to do it.
He does have 21 points in 23 games.
23 games. Yeah. There you go. Okay.
Just trying to help you there.
Mine sounded better. I said 21 out of 20.
Right. Him and Celebrini are both a +5.
Whew.
Which, for a team that's probably not going to make playoffs, it's pretty good.
I mean, let's be honest here.
How many plus
Let's
players
be
were on
honest
the
here.
team
Hold on.
last year?
Let's be honest here. If Macklin was playing with anybody else, would they be a +5 too?
Who? Oh, anybody else?
If Will was playing on the second line without Mac, would he be a +5?
It's working. I don't know. Maybe a +2.
Okay. Anyway, so moving on from that, I suppose. We want to jump into the roll call here?
Well, look at Graham just said Smith reminds me a lot of Mitch Marner.
Okay.
Huh? That's not a bad thing.
All right.
It's a good player. Roll call.
Actually, hold on. Speaking of that, I think they even said for guys with 20 points or 21 points in 23 games, whatever it was, Mitch Marner was one of those guys that's in that same point level category.
Like
so they rattled off, well, I don't even know if it was age necessarily, but they were just saying guys that have that many points right now in this season in that many games. This guy, Mitch Marner, was one of those names that they called out. So yeah, probably a very good comp right there. Anyway, go ahead.
It's not a bad sophomore season.
Not
a sophomore slump, right?
I'm for it.
All right, roll call. Tell us what city you are watching us from, and do you think Celebrini is going to keep this pace up?
Do you think he's going to keep it up?
I wasn't so sure like a week or two ago. I'm like, okay, the Sharks are rolling. He's doing pretty well. He's going to get hot and cold. He hasn't really gotten cold. Yeah. So 34 points in 23 games right now. It's 1.48 points per game. I don't know what that averages out to. Let's do the math real quick.
1.48.
No, full season, I mean.
Oh.
That's a 121 point pace.
Yes.
That is
absurd.
For a 19-year-old.
Yes.
And don't forget, he doesn't even turn 20 until June. So he will truly be a teenager through the entire season.
All the way.
Yes. Yeah. Do you think, what's the over-under here? 110
I shouldn't say
points?
the whole season, because postseason is part of the season.
Yeah, but they count stats per season.
I know, I'm just saying.
They don't include the postseason. Someone had just posted in here not too long ago about the calendar year.
Yeah.
He put up, I gotta find it here.
Yeah, I don't care.
No, but it was like 90 points in 80
90
games.
something points, yeah.
I'm not going to be able to find it.
I don't care about that because that's like an entirely different team.
Sorry, not the calendar year. 96 points in 93 career games.
Sure.
He's over a point per game.
Yeah.
Before his 100th game. That's incredible as still a true teenager, too.
Absolutely.
Right? Do you think he keeps the pace?
I don't know that... I mean, I hope he keeps the pace, obviously, but I mean, okay, can he keep the pace? Yes, 100% he can keep that pace. Why? His dad is a fitness guru, and he's been his entire life just basically keeping his body in fantastic condition. He's been training like hell. You hear Draymond Green talking about it too, like seeing him when he was like 10 or 12 or whatever it was, and he's walking around with his hockey stick, you know? And it's like the dedication that this kid has to the game. So can he? Oh, absolutely he can. I just don't know if the players that he's with are going to be able to continually produce to help him get to that point. Not that he necessarily needs the help, but it is a 5-man unit.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's not the type that's going to do everything by himself. You know what I mean? He elevates his teammates, right?
Right.
We talked about that. McDavid, he's the guy that's got, just give me the puck and get out of my way, okay? Give me the puck. I'll go from coast to coast. It doesn't matter. I'll go 200 feet. I'll put the puck in the net, and then everybody will cheer, and it'll be because of me.
All right, I guess, look, maybe we make the over-under 100 points. He's at 30, what was it, 34
Over.
right now?
I say over.
He's over 100?
I say over.
110? I think that's where he's gonna be between
Sure.
100 and 110.
Sure.
So is that gonna be the over/under?
Yeah. So does his pace slow down? Barely.
Well, that slows down because it's 120.
Exactly.
Right.
So does it slow down? Barely. Right. I think it's somewhere in that realm. But I don't know. I have no idea. This kid, who knows? Sky's the limit for this guy right now.
It's crazy. I think us Sharks fans knew how great he was. I don't think the NHL knew, like, how good, like, his ceiling, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I knew his ceiling. I thought he was going to be about a 90-point player this season. 80 to 90. I think even beginning of the season I said 80 to 90 points. He'll be over that point per game, but not crazy.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I think he's going to be closer to 110.
Yeah.
Maybe even push to close to 120.
Well, what are the people in the chat here saying?
So, let's see. Arnold De Leon, Cupertino, Celebrini for the heart. A. Kirkwood, I think it's Adam Kirkwood.
Yeah.
San Jose, I think there's a very good chance Celebrini keeps up the pace. Graham, Arcata, I think Celebrini finishes around 90 points. Roguish Paladin.
Nice.
San Mateo, and why not? He's supposed to be generational talent, so I think he can do generational things. Arnold De Leon, the team is going to get better as the season goes on. I like his odds for scoring over 100 points. That's a good point. Kellen down in Orange County, I think Celebrini ends up over 71.5 points and Askarov gets over 17.5 wins because that's what my betting slip says. That's a great bet, man. That's going to pay off big time unless some, knock on wood, there's no injuries or anything.
Yeah.
Again, Arnold, look at the Ottawa game. He wasn't great, but he still got a point. Yeah, he's still getting his points.
That's true.
And think about how much ice time he's getting. He's probably the most for the forwards, right?
I would think.
Most ice time for forwards. And
unless they're constantly on the PK.
Or if it's a blowout, maybe they kind of bench him a little bit so that it's not big, which we've seen once so far this season. Yeah. Also, if it could go the other way, if it's a blowout the other way, they might not be putting him out there. But in close situations, the Sharks have 11 wins in the season. 1's a shootout. 5 is from overtime. They only have 5 regulation wins.
Yeah.
This team is still learning how to win in regulation and close out these games. Tonight's win was their 5th regulation. That's not great. I'm not trying to dump on them, but they need to turn that around. They need that to be the determining factor is winning in regulation, not losing, but getting the game tied like it was against LA Kings, right? They need to close those games out and win in regulation. The 5th regulation win, and here we are almost Thanksgiving time.
How spoiled you've become already. This time last season, we'd be happy for 5 regulation wins. Are you kidding? 5 wins of any sort.
I understand.
I think you'd have been happy with 5 shootout wins at this point.
No.
Come on,
I would not. I hate the shootout wins.
I'd give up one of my children's for a win.
That was not that long ago. That was what? A month? Right?
Right.
That was close to Halloween. That was not that long ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in the last month, they've been playing great hockey. I think October was they're just off to a slow start.
Yeah.
And I think Askarov has a lot to do with it.
Which to beat off walls.
Speaking of Askarov.
You've got some stats.
We do have some stats.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Sharks goalie stats. This is not just Askarov. This is going to be Askarov and Nedeljkovic. I took these stats before this game tonight because I couldn't Super producer Jason would have killed me if I gave him more graphics to put together before the show. This is before the game tonight, so here are the stats of the Sharks. This is November goaltending stats here. Askarov played 7 games to Nedeljkovic's 4. He had 6 wins, which is second in the NHL. His save percentage, second in the NHL at .957. His goals against average, third in the NHL at .153.
Outstanding.
Nedeljkovic, no slouch here. He doesn't have the wins, but he's 15th for save percentage at .921. We haven't seen Sharks goalies be over 900 in a while, let alone .921 and .957. 17th in the NHL for goals against average. Again, not terrible at .224. This is pretty good. The Sharks killing it, and Askarov's numbers got even better after tonight's game with only, one goal against tonight, I believe? Yeah. 1 goal against and 30-something more saves. So, and someone had said earlier he had 7 wins, which is the most by a rookie goaltender in Sharks history.
I think 8 now.
No, he had 6, so tonight was 7.
Oh, okay.
Tonight was 7, so 7 in November, and there's still a couple games left in November.
Oh, in November,
So,
yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
sorry,
okay.
this is just November.
Yeah.
So, yes, Askarov having himself a fantastic month and bringing the Sharks up with him. He has really been stealing it. And I saw this other stat. I didn't post it, but his expected goals against was like 14 higher. So his saves above, goals saved above
Goals saved
expected.
above, yeah.
Right? Is that what it is? Was like 14, plus 14, which is insane. That means he's robbing 14 goals in the last, that's two, like, what was it, 7 games he played?
Yeah.
8 games he played? He's getting about 2 robs per game, which is insane at the NHL level. We knew this goalie was good. I am now very happy with my pick at the beginning of the season about Askarov coming. And I'd said, maybe he'll be slow and he'll find his groove and get up there, and he's going to have his ups and downs. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a down month for him or a down couple weeks. But he is showing what a steal this now trade is with Nashville. And if you look at Nashville, where they are in the standings, they could sure use Askarov right now.
It is staggering to me when you look at last season or seasons past, regardless, that the Sharks have 2 goalies as high up as they do in terms of goals against average, save percentage, ranking in the league. Having even, there's 32 teams. That means there's 32 starters. There's 32 backups. There's 60-something, 64 goalies, right, generally, in the league.
I was told there would be no math.
There's math. You're talking about 2 goalies from one team that was a trash team last season. Let's be real, okay? You're talking about 2 goalies that are in the upper half of if you were to just look at starters, right? So we have 2 goalies that are both in the upper half of the league in terms of if they were number 1 on a team somewhere. Goaltending not being a problem is new for Sharks, okay?
It's weird.
Even when we were good, right? Martin Jones in the net, Antoniemi in the net, even Nabokov. Nabokov was a fantastic goalie. But even then, I don't know that we ever had 2 goalies that could have been starters and be at the top of the league.
Nabokov and Toskala years.
Maybe, sure.
Those are the 2.
Look how far back we have to go.
Right?
Right?
Oh, yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
20 years ago.
Goaltending has been an issue for the Sharks for the longest time, then all of a sudden it's not. Like, all of a sudden it's not. The trade to pull in Askarov, right? And then getting Nedeljkovic in here. Very happy to see Nedeljkovic get in. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he's playing so well, I don't think it's fair, frankly, that he's only got 1 win in the last 4 starts, and his numbers look like that. Again, that is a starting goaltender in the upper half of the league is the second best goalie on this team. Mm-hmm. That's nuts to me. Bonkers to me. And you talk about, the Sharks were such a bad team, they need to learn defensively. Well, I don't know. I think they're kind of figuring that out.
Yeah.
Again, we look at goalie stats. I look at them as kind of how is the team doing. There's advanced stats like the above expected, that kind of stuff. But when it comes to goals against average and save percentage, he has to block whatever shots are coming at him. And those are a factor of where my guys are and what they're allowing. That's what I have to see, right?
I don't really like the goals against average stat because that doesn't really tell the story. I think the goals saved above expected is a better metric, kind of. I also like save percentage is a little bit better too, because when you're on a bad team, but you're saving at .920, but you're getting 40 shots a night against, like, you're not going to be winning those games, most likely. So on bad teams, a good goalie on a bad team will have a higher save percentage than normal. Goals against average will be awful. Like Askarov in October was terrible.
Atrocious,
because he just, even today, like, his overall goals against average is still affected by that beginning October. But it's good to look at goals saved above expected. That's kind of the cream of the crop. I also think high danger save percentage is another good one to look at, because those goalies are doing the hard work. I think the elite goaltenders are the ones that have a higher high danger save percentage, because those are the guys that their reaction times are lightning fast, and they're stopping stuff that they probably shouldn't be stopping.
And you take a look at Nedeljkovic and his high danger save percentage; it was off the charts, right? Same thing with Askarov. We talk about Askarov all the time with this, is that he seems to let in the ones that are kind of medium distance, medium danger.
Medium range,
yeah,
right?
And it just kind of goes in, you're going, what? And then there's, somebody's like juking back and forth, and he just gets a toe on it. Just he makes these crazy saves.
Everything low and in close, he's usually saving. The mid-range for him, he goes down a little too early still, and he's getting it wired. When they have time and space, they're putting it up high on him, he's getting beat. Yeah. That's kind of where he's getting beat. But when they're crashing the net and there's rebound chances, he's stopping all of those. Yeah. When you can't get the puck up and over the pads because you're just too close in and you're too jammed up, he's going to stop that 9 times out of 10. Yeah. He's fantastic at it.
Well, apparently 95 times out of 100 or whatever it was, whatever his goofy save percentage was.
I do have another, I think I have a Blue Sky post here from Darren Stevens,
oh, cool.
I believe, on Askarov. Sharks Yaroslav Askarov's .950 save percentage in November 2025 is currently the highest by any NHL rookie goalie in a calendar month. Minimum of 7 starts since save percentage was first tracked in 1955-56. Now again, that's any NHL rookie, not Sharks rookie.
Yeah.
NHL rookie, and this was also before. This was a couple days ago. This is before. Well, Nedeljkovic played yesterday, but. This was before tonight's game, so it's gotten even better. Fantastic. Like, I can't say enough. Remember that trade was it Vegas' first round pick, right? Plus, I'm going to blank on who it was. It went to Nashville. He was a fourth line guy. Anyway.
Yeah, obviously.
The Sharks are looking. Did you see where Nashville's in the standings right now?
They're down there, huh?
Dead last.
Yeah?
Dead last in the league.
Jeez.
Dead last in the league. Calgary has since passed them. Granted, Calgary has played 3 more games, but even the points percentage, they're still higher. They are a -24 goal differential. Your UC Saros, that extension is going to go down. I think their GM's going to get fired over this, right? Trading away their future in Askarov and signing Soros for, I think it was 8 years, right? Like, that's just...
8 by 8, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like, they're just... He's going to be done.
I don't want to hear about freaking Fragile, okay?
I do want to pose a question.
Sure.
I know we did a roll call already, but please chime in, folks. Do you think this is a bubble team now?
Right.
Do you think this is a bubble team now? Because that's what my whole thing was. The way that they look right now, okay, even beginning of the season, the way they look right now in terms of the construction of the roster, right? If Askarov can be the goalie we think he can be, if Nedeljkovic can play the way we think he can play, bringing in Orlov, bringing in Klingberg, I know some people have issues, but bringing in Klingberg, that was a big thing at the time, at least. Mukmadulin stepping up, being able to play in the NHL, showing that he belongs here, playing the way that he's been playing. Dickinson getting time, right? Celebrini, Smith having good sophomore seasons. If all these stars align, I think they're a playoff team. I think they're a bubble team. That's what I had said. And then I had to take it back because we had 1-year contracts. I'm like, oh yeah, he's going to trade all these guys away. But if he doesn't, I still hold this is a playoff team. This is a bubble team.
And they're
right there.
Bad October.
And they had a horrible October. Right?
It's a slow start.
So you're talking about, is Celebrini, is it sustainable? Can he still have that pace? Is he going to get to 120 points? Is he going to get to maybe 110 or 100 points? Right? If he does that, don't you think this team's winning? Don't you think this team is on that bubble? Don't you think they have a chance of sniffing playoffs as crazy as that sounds, when you look at last year's roster, being last 2 years in a row in the NHL, is it possible that they can make playoffs this season?
Possible, yes. I wouldn't say it's impossible.
Sure.
But I still don't think they're going to make it.
Because of trades? Because why?
I think the rest of the NHL is going to kind of figure things out because I think there's some teams that are having some slow starts that shouldn't be. One of them being Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
The Sharks have a better record than Edmonton right now. I think that's going to change. I think a couple other teams are going to kind of get some injury guys back. I mean, not that Florida plays, but Florida's missing a bunch of guys. Vegas has Mark Stone out. Go figure, the Band-Aid boy.
Of course, yeah.
So, but he's going to come back. They're going to play the Sharks a few more times this season. I just think teams are going to get a little bit stronger. I think some teams that are lower in the standings might be selling off pieces, and other teams are going to get a little bit stronger because of it. But the parity in this league, in this season, I think is more so than it has been in a while because you're seeing Chicago, Anaheim, San Jose, the teams that were at the bottom of the standings last year are not even close to the bottom right now. They're up there. So the parity is much better. There's still a chance I think they could make playoffs. I just don't think they're there yet, and I think it might. I don't know if it would hurt them getting in the playoffs and just getting swept really bad in the first round. I just don't think they're deep enough to go into the playoffs, and they're not there yet.
I'm. This one's tough because, you know, again, if you're trading pieces off, then yeah, absolutely, they're going to end up tailing off, right? I would not be surprised, and this is more of a Doug Wilson thing, but I would not be surprised if they earn bringing a guy in.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they earn that as a group. You know what? We'll go ahead and bring someone in. You guys have earned that. Right, you've played hard enough that we're in that conversation where we shouldn't even be. We should be figuring out where the ball's going to drop for us in the lottery, right? But you guys have put us so close. You guys have earned that opportunity, that chance, and we're going to give that to you. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happens close to the trade deadline. All of a sudden, we're acquiring somebody because maybe we might be able to make a little bit of a push. And frankly, does it hurt our draft position? Sure. Do we need another number 2 overall guy? Do we need one? If we're at the point where we're pushing right there with a bunch of teenagers and they're all going to mature and we're looking at guys that we're going to get shipping off because of their 1-year contracts and we're done with them and we're going to bring new guys in that match more with the skill level of the team and not just bringing guys in so that we can get trade pieces later on, I don't know. I don't know that we need to have a high pick.
I mean, I would want a top 10 pick.
Okay.
I don't want a top 3 pick.
I think you might get that with Edmonton. Let me tell you something. About you said they're going to figure out Macklin Celebrini. That's what you just said. How many teams have figured out Connor McDavid? They know what he's going to do when they can't stop it.
Yeah, they can't.
Okay.
What's your point?
My point is Macklin Celebrini. They know what he's capable of, and they can't stop it, Aaron. They can't
What does that
stop
have to do
it.
with Edmonton? I'm confused.
I'm just saying. I'm comparing him.
Oh.
If you're saying,
I thought you were saying Edmonton because
doesn't matter that Connor McDavid's going to figure himself out and Edmonton's going to get more
No,
wins.
I thought you brought up Edmonton because we have their first round pick.
No, that too, yeah.
But they're going to be a playoff team.
No, they won't.
I think.
Anyway. No, so again, I just want to know from you, yes or no, bubble team.
No.
No, okay. I say yes. What do the people say?
There's a mix here.
Well, Shang, if I knew that answer, then I wouldn't have. We would have started off better.
Robot Bay.
I love that we gave them like the arsenal for this too.
They're a first round team max.
Okay.
Adam Kirkwood. The only thing certain is death, taxes, and Stone on the IR. San Jose makes a run as feasible, but not certain in my mindset. Kellen said the Barracuda are a playoff team, though. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, hell yeah. They're crushing it right now.
What was it, an 8-game win streak?
Hey, Chernyshov is going off. Musty's going off.
A slow start. They had to get their foot right, get their butts in gear, and kind of get that chemistry going. Kind of like the Sharks.
I think Nolenberger was talking about him on the broadcast, and he was talking about how Beasted's the wily veteran with 2 years of AHL experience because just a bunch of young guns out there, you know? I'm telling you, I'm telling you, man, I don't think that the Sharks necessarily need to go out and get like a top 10 pick. They've got top 10 pick quality guys that are sitting in that system right now. You're not going to need to go out and grab a bunch of free agents. You're just going to have to call guys up.
To me, it's not the offense, it's the defense.
Sure.
I think if they could go and get a stud shutdown defenseman, I like those chances way better than without it.
Are you telling me you don't think that they can grab one of those guys in free agency?
To me, the Sharks would be a bubble team if they had 9 regulation wins instead of 5. I think that's more of what you're going to see. They're still making too many stupid mistakes. That's costing them games, and that's going to burn them even more when it gets later in the season, and especially in the playoffs.
And they're going to learn from that, and they're going to get better, just like every other team that you're talking about.
I don't disagree. I just think it's a good stepping stone this season, and I still stand by that they're going to be in the bottom 10 range.
Bottom 10
of the league.
Okay.
Bottom 10 of the league is my point.
We're gonna hold you to that. Bottom 10.
That's fine.
Bubble team.
I still think
bubble means 2 positions below, right? Somewhere in there.
So the
right?
16,
18,
15,
somewhere in there.
16, 17.
I believe I even said this. I said they're going to finish no worse than 20th. Do you remember me saying that? I'll have to go back and find it. You guys probably know.
Yeah, we'll have to go back.
I believe I said they're not going to finish any worse than 20th, and everybody gawked. No, Paul, you're wrong.
And then October happened, and they're like,
okay. I'm just saying, we're looking.
Get on with
no,
it.
I will not get on
with it.
Get on with it.
Get on with it.
Yes. Get on with it.
We're looking good. I don't care what anybody says, even God.
Get on with it.
Yes, I'm feeling it.
I think we need to update that graphic with his Hall of Fame ring.
There you go. Just that's instead of the sun, it's just the ring clear.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Anyway, okay, fine, we'll get on with it. Aaron, we have some upcoming games, 3 of them in fact.
Whoa.
No,
Hold
we have
on.
other
We still have
things.
to talk about special team stats here.
Oh,
I have an update on
you have more
special
graphics.
teams. Now, this is
Guys, get on with it.
not including tonight's game because there was a power play goal, but here are the power play stats
Yes.
for the month of November before tonight's game. Penalty kill, still fantastic. Number 3 in the NHL at 94.6%. They only given up 2 power play goals, and they've even scored 1 shorthanded goal for, which I forget what that's called. What is it? Net penalty kill? Is that how they call it? When you add the shorthanded goals with the power play goals against, it's something or whatever. It kind of offsets the power play goal against.
Sure.
The power play, however, 26th in the NHL, which is crazy considering the talent they have at forwards. Klingberg kind of not doing his thing here. So 13.2%, not great. They are 5 for 38, and they have 2 shorthanded goals against. So almost twice as many power play goals than they do shorthanded goals against. Not a good look here. So they obviously need to fix that.
Yeah.
They kind of did tonight. They got a power play goal. Klingberg got on the board with a power play goal. That was 2 nights ago.
Because he didn't.
He wasn't even playing today.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, honestly, what I saw on the power play, I think there was a 5-on-3.
Celebrini had a power play goal tonight.
Right? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, but what I saw on the power play, they were very wide. For a 5-on-3,
yes.
They should not be that wide.
And I put this note in. I don't think I said it though. They had a 5 forward.
Yeah.
5-4,
5-on-3.
Yes.
I just, and I get that, it could go the other direction. But when you outnumber them almost 2-1 on the ice, get in tighter. Force them to collapse. You know what I mean? Force them to get even tighter because you're in tight. You know, when you're blown out really wide like that, and the passes are going all the way around the perimeter, it's really easy for the goalie to just kind of get in position and see those shots because everybody's out wide.
They did not look dangerous at all. They didn't really have a good chance. And that was almost a 2 full minute, or a full 2 minute 5-on-3. Like it was a good chunk of time. And
but then you give the puck to Celebrini and he scores. So then the power play's good.
That wasn't the 5-on-3.
I'm just saying, but like you hand it to the guy who can put the puck in the net just because, and all of a sudden, the power play stats look great. It's like, but it's really just him throwing the puck in the net.
5-on-3, I want to see a shooting gallery where you're getting left to right and you're getting that goalie to move and you're just constantly shooting and hunting down the pucks for the rebounds and just going at it. And I think they just pass, the perimeter play. Like they're just trying to, I don't know, were they trying to tire out the PK and then trying to get an opportunity?
When you're that far out wide and they're not really chasing you, they're just kind of repositioning themselves, you're not tiring them out. When you're in tight, they're freaking out because, it goes from here to here and they have to, oh God, get over there. But when it's like from here to here and the guy's you're just doing this, that's all it is. He's not freaking out. You're not tiring them out. Nothing's happening there. I would really like to see that power play kind of shrink just a little bit, especially on those 5-on-3s. Bring everybody in a little bit tighter. If you're worried about the break, okay, fine. Have whoever's your power play quarterback be one of your faster guys, or Macklin or whatever it is, although he's the trigger man too. But I have one of those guys there. But other than that, I would just be more dangerous. Get them in tighter. Make those penalty killers freak out, right? Yep. And the more that they're freaking out, the more they're trying to run and get from one position to the other quickly, the more mistakes they're going to make, because the less precise they can be with their positioning, and the more you're going to see opening seams. You're going to see putting points. We saw Barclay Goodrow, actually. It wasn't on the power play. Barclay Goodrow putting a puck on the net. He didn't really have a good angle or a good shot, but he saw someone crash from the other side. He put the puck off the pad, and it bounced out towards where the other player was coming. And I think they commented that on the broadcast as well. And it's just stuff like that. When it's on the power play, get in tight, throw a puck hard low, and it's going to bounce out. Then those 3 penalty killers are all collapsing on the net, right? And if you get that puck back out towards the point, now they have to move back out again. And the more you get them doing this, the more out of position they are, the better your opportunity to score a goal.
And the more tired they're going to be.
Absolutely, because they're running all over the place. Instead of just, let me just do this and do this because you guys are on the perimeter. I'm just going to go back and forth and that's it. Yeah. Anyway, so that's,
cool.
Yeah. Anything else?
No.
You good?
No.
All good with the graphics? So
Yeah.
then upcoming games.
Yes.
Whoa! No, not the side. Upcoming games. Wednesday at Colorado. Oh boy.
Colorado is currently the number 1 team in the NHL. Kind of pulling away from the pack here too. 37 points. The next place is 30. So pulling away. They are also 8-0-2 at home, and this is a home game for the Avalanche.
Yeah.
So away game for the Sharks. Wednesday, 6 p.m. This is a tough one, but the Sharks, if you do remember, did beat Colorado, and that was kind of one of the first games that kind of got this winning ways kind of going back at the end of October, if I remember correctly. And I think it was an overtime game.
It doesn't matter. When you're hanging with, even if you don't win, when you're hanging with the best team in the league.
Well, this Colorado team has 1 regulation loss on the season.
Oof.
Yeah. And they have how many overtime? Maybe, let's see. They have 1 overtime loss. Is that right? Did I read that right?
Well, it says 5 OT right there.
Yeah, but how many of those are shootouts too? So they have 3 overtime losses.
Sure.
1 of those is from the Sharks. So they've really only lost 4 games, 3 in overtime and 1 in regulation, and 1 of those is the Sharks. So 25% of their losses come from San Jose.
Yeah.
So do you think that Sharks have a chance here?
I mean, do they have a chance? Yeah, they already beat them. Do they have a chance? I mean, really, they already beat them. The only difference is, it's their barn and, of course, the elevation.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing about playing in Colorado is the elevation.
I'm hoping, and I don't know if this is true, when they travel, because they don't have a game between now and then, that they get in a little early in a couple days and acclimate rather than going in the day of or the day before. Yeah. So hopefully they get in there and maybe get a practice in. That would be good for their lungs and their body to kind of acclimate to it. We also are seeing Nathan MacKinnon, the number 1 goal or points scorer in the league against Celebrini. They're only 3-point difference right now. So MacKinnon versus Celebrini in this game, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun game.
This is going to be one of those ones you definitely want to tune in for. It's unfortunate that it's out in Colorado.
Right.
Because this is one of those ones you'd like to be in the seats.
Yes.
But again, I'm looking forward to a good battle back and forth. And I think if the Sharks can put up with the physicality of a team like the Boston Bruins, and even the Ottawa Senators, they took a good beating, I would say, physically from that team. Mm-hmm. But if they can handle the physicality of the Boston Bruins, I think they're going to do okay playing against the Colorado Avalanche team that's maybe a little bit more skilled than they are bruisers, right? Bring that heaviness to your game. And I'm talking directly to you, Will Smith. Bring the heaviness from that one play that I saw you do today. Bring that to the Colorado Avalanche. If you can shove the Boston Bruins out of the way, even if it's one time, you could do it with the Colorado Avalanche. There you go. So
go ahead.
I'm just saying, yes, I'm hopeful that this is one of those games that on paper, we should get pummeled, and then, the team that we think we have shows up.
Yeah. I think we see Askarov in this game because there's a couple days of rest here.
Okay.
It's not like, the day after today's game. So I bet we see Askarov here Friday at home against Vancouver. This is it's a 1 p.m. game because this is Black Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving. So it's a 1 p.m. Friday game against Vancouver at home. I think we see Nedeljkovic go in this game because it's 2 days after the Colorado game.
Yeah.
And then they play again against Vegas on Saturday. To me, you put your stronger goalie, which right now is Askarov, against Colorado and Vegas, and then you have a weaker team in Vancouver, which is weird because this is another team that should be doing better than they are. So I think this is a winnable game.
Yeah.
This is going to be a weird game, though, because it's a 1 p.m. game, and those games are just kind of... The crowd is very different, and I'm not knocking families because it's a family night or family day game. It's a 1 p.m. game. But the atmosphere is very different from a 1 p.m. game full of children versus a 7 p.m. game full of inebriated adults that are screaming at the boy aquarium.
And once again, I'd like to point out that you said Askarov is the stronger goalie,
Yes.
and I don't disagree with you there.
I said currently.
Currently, no. Again, I don't disagree with you there on that one. But I think it's fantastic that he's the stronger goalie, and Nedeljkovic is still in the top half of starters in the league.
Well, that
no,
was
no,
in
no.
November, but yes.
Yeah. Sure, I'm talking about what have you done for me lately,
Exactly.
right? So, okay, there's a learning curve and everything else, and then now this is how you're playing now. So in that more recent sample size, he is in the top half of the first goalies that would be out there, right? Number 17, 15, whatever it was, according to the other stats that we were looking at. That's your weaker goalie. If that was our starter and we didn't have Askarov at all, I'd be pretty happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To have a goalie that's in the top half of starters, I'd be happy with that. But that's our backup.
It's such a weird situation to be in. 'Cause
Yeah.
The Sharks have not had this in so long.
Bonkers, right?
Maybe not ever, actually.
That's what I'm saying. So you were talking about Nabokov and Toskala.
Toskala. That's the only thing I could really even think of.
But even prior to that, did we ever have two goalies like that?
No, because prior to that, when they were making playoffs, it was Urbe.
Yes.
Right? And that he was not leading the league in anything. They squeaked into playoffs and then made some splash in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But yeah, very different. Very, very different.
Of note, the Vancouver game being at home, that'll be kind of cool because, with Celebrini being from Vancouver and everything else, and playing with the North Shore Winter Club and everything. So I'm sure he'll have some folks from Vancouver coming out. And
I'm sure.
It's
close enough. It's not far away. It's a 2-hour flight.
It's just north, is all it is. So not bad. But the game right after that is in
on
Vegas.
the road in Vegas. That's a tough barn to play in. Yeah. Vegas has been okay as of late. Let's see where they are in the division. I can't remember if they're at the top anymore. Anaheim is actually at the top. Sorry. Anaheim, Seattle, then Vegas. But they're all right there within a couple of points of each other.
I'm sorry. Jessica says Bay Aquarium, and I have
Boy Aquarium.
Boy Aquarium. Oh, sorry. I'm just blind, Jessica.
I said Boy Aquarium. Did you not hear me say that earlier?
Not.
Oh, I can't lie. It was, a lot last, month, and...
That's the thing that the girls say now. I'm at the Boy Aquarium.
Oh.
At a hockey game.
Okay, sure. Anyway, moving on from that.
Paul does not live in pop culture whatsoever.
I'm good. I'm happy. So, anyway, anything else here? Are you good?
Yeah, it's crazy. The Sharks are 5th in the Pacific Division currently. They are ahead of Edmonton, Vancouver, and Calgary. I don't think Edmonton's going to stay down there, but I think Calgary and Vancouver could be. And I think Seattle will drop down eventually, too.
No worse than 20th.
I did say they wouldn't be last in the division.
Sure. You did bottom 10.
Right. But I didn't think they would be at the bottom of the division of the Pacific Division.
I thought they were saying they're not going to be, I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you being a part of the show and everything here with all of the chat that's going on in there. Is there anything else in there you want to say? They're making fun of me with the whole Boy Aquarium thing. Yeah.
Well, Cardigan just said, "Okay, I'll bite." What's a Boy Aquarium?
I guess I'm happy that I don't know that. I guess is my point.
Well, think about it. You're in an aquarium and you bang on the glass.
Yeah.
To the fish. You're banging on the glass to the boys.
Bay Aquarium. What's a Bay Aquarium?
Not Bay. Boy.
I said Bay. I know. I guess she still works.
Just absolutely freaking embarrassing.
Why is that? It's embarrassing if I knew it, don't you think? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Again, Appreciate you guys very much. Hey, if you'd like to support the show, you can do that several different ways. One, you can head over to thefinfactor.com, check out any of the merch that we have for sale, including this hat here. We have some sweatshirts and things like that you can go check out. So appreciate you guys doing that. Also, if you'd like to do Super Chat or Venmo at the Fin Factor, anything you put in there, we'll go ahead and read it out live on the show. Also, Aaron with members.
Yeah, Robot Bay, 89, and Crichton. I'm sure I'm butchering those names, but I think they were there tonight. I don't know if I might have missed some. But thank you for being members. If you'd like to become a member, it is $2.99 a month, and you can go to our channel and you can click on Join a Member Today. Or what does it say? Yeah, join our channel page.
That's what I was going to say with members. So, again, we're going to do this. We're just working on the camera setup, but we're going to open these. Now, if you guys remember, these ones... this should have Celebrini and Smith as rookies. So what we're going to do is we're going to crack these things open, and then members are going to be able to pull whatever card it is that right? We're going to do something like that. So we're going to do something for members with these cards.
Obviously, we don't know what's in there. We have two of these boxes, but I'm hoping there's going to be some Sharks cards in there, because if not, that's going to be a pretty boring pull.
Right. But regardless, we're going to do something special for members with this. Also, we tend to get little things sometimes, and this was one of the giveaways from last night's game, Ottawa. Yeah. The Ottawa game. And it's these little, what did you call them? It was the... Shoe charms. Yeah,
I think called it shoe charms.
There's a specific name that I think you're not supposed to use.
Shoe charms.
Yeah, just shoe
charms.
charms.
Next gen shoe charms.
Next gen?
Next gen shoe charms.
Okay, next gen. Not current, next gen. So these little shoe charms, we're going to be giving stuff like this away. So that's going to be for members as well. So if you are a member, you can take advantage of those types of things that we're doing, again, with the cards and these little giveaways, and probably do some baubles at some point, something like that.
That's good.
Oh, we also have, they rolled it up really tight, but we have the anime poster, which is really hard to see, I'm sorry. But yeah, there you go. So we have that that they sent to us, Sharks sent to us. Thank you, Sharks, by the way. We really appreciate you guys giving us this stuff so we can do some giveaways for the fans. Maybe you didn't get to go to that game. Maybe you didn't get the giveaway. Now's your chance. So if you'd like to do that again, become a channel member, and we will start figuring out how to do something fun with this just for our members, and you guys can take advantage of that stuff. There you go. Aaron, anything else? Any last message for the people?
Just Cardigan thinking it was swapped, that the poster was last night and the shoe charms were today.
Could be.
Like, whatever.
No, actually, I think you're right. I think the
anime poster was yesterday.
Anime poster was yesterday. Yeah. My bad. Yeah. Adam would know. He's always there.
Yeah, he just said. Yeah.
Correspondent on the ground. Thank you, Adam Kirkwood.
On the ice.
On the ice. Well.
On ice correspondent.
Sure, why not?
In arena correspondent.
Guys.
There we go. I was waiting for it.
Get on with it.
Like, he's going to press that button. You keep talking. All right, guys. Hey, once again, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate you guys being here. For Super Producer Jason, I'm Paul.
And I'm Aaron.
And we will see you guys
next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. If you like this episode, check out our other content, especially interviews. You can interact with us directly through social media at The Fin Factor and on Instagram at Fin Factor. And don't forget to join our live streams on YouTube.
Visit our website at thefinfactor.com, where you'll find all of our episodes as videos or podcasts. You'll also find our exclusive merchandise to help support our show.